Drunk I was dead drunk, when with Fjalar wise I was. 'Tis the best of drinking, if back one brings his wisdom with him home. Hey everybody, it's Jeremy, and welcome back to turn 14 of Attica's game, Aries, where we are playing the Well of Urd, god of Utgard. And let's go ahead and jump into things. So we got a couple of messages, one from Lemuria. Seems to me that you have two decent targets in the near future. If Midgard attacks me, his sacreds will be busy in my lands, leaving his southern holdings open. Gath is already moving his gibbers down into my land, leaving his northern and western border mostly undefended. True-ish words. Got a messenger from Gath. You might be right about Midgard. I suppose it's too early to say for sure whether Lemuria is more dangerous. For now, I plan to take my thrones, build forts, and take some land on Lemuria's border. Could spare troops for a war, but I don't feel the need to rush into anything. How are your relations with your neighbors? I seem to border most of them, so if you want help, I can probably join in. Yeah. Messenger from Atlantis. Indeed, I've heard they are quite big as well. Lemuria is growing as well and has taken underwater provinces. They span a fairly large distance. And then a messenger from Erythia, actually. Depending on when the fort started, we might be able to take it down. Our armies could get there faster, but I would have to go through their land, and I don't know I'm going there, and they'd know I'm going there and be able to reinforce in time. The other way involves a longer travel time. I'd rather not throw my troops away. I will be able to fully invest in killing them fairly soon. I'm pretty sure this message was not intended for me, so that's good to know. Alright, so we have a little bit of a scoop from Erythia. I wonder who they're talking about. I bet they're probably talking about, I would assume either Ulm or Lemuria. Right? Because I kind of assume everyone's a little worried about Lemuria, that whole thing. So, everything else. What? We got a cast of reanimation. We found a site in Canyon of the Wilds, or in the Desert of the Cliff Dwellers. Canyon of the Wilds is a 2-air magic site. Nothing in Waywoods. Lost a unit, and unexpected event in Copper Canyons. We gained some money. And got a water bracelet and a black steel plate. Water bracelet? Fuck yeah. +1 water path. We don't have any water mages, but, you know, we'll get there one of these days. Got some more gold and some unrest reduction. And we completed the giant fortress in Defaros. Nice. So it is turn 14. We have 2 fortresses. I would rather have had 3 fortresses at this point. We're moving a little slow on that. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and get one finished right here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And Runia is untouched. So I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to move Jarl 1 up here. Right? Towards Runia. If it's available next turn, we'll take it then. If not, I don't think we're going to move on Tapanete anytime soon. Partially because I think it's going to take a lot for us to get that, and 2, I think Gath considers that to be their province. Speaking of which, Gath had some issues this turn, it seems like. That's unfortunate. So, what all is going on? Well, basically, not a lot. We're going to preach here. I think we're going to probably keep moving with Seath 2. Air Force 1. This is the Canyon of the Wilds, so 2 air gems. We're up to 3 air gems per turn, which is pretty nice for us. Seath 1 is going to go ahead and head back here, I guess. We will do yet another casting of reanimation, I think. So our next Norna is coming out. When's our... We have Twiceborn now, so maybe I want to hold on to my death gems at this point. I'm unfortunately not really getting a lot of death magic sites, so that's kind of bad. We've had We've got ruins of the old empire. We've had really good luck with high income locations, but we haven't really been getting a whole lot of let's look at our score graph. Gem income. So I mean, I guess it is escalating pretty quickly, but it's escalating in nature. It's actually escalating just really right now. It's escalating in air because we got this canyon in the wild. Unfortunate. That's not really what I need. So that's something. We'll figure that out. We've got Commander 1. He's going to go ahead and move in here. He's going to take... how many of these do we have? 10, 20, 30, 38. Okay, so almost 40, which is good because he has 40 leadership. So almost 40 is perfectly fine. He'll take them and they will be patrollers for me. Yeah, we're just going to cast reanimation for now. This next turn... Wait, it's going to take... It'll take a couple turns. If I want to start twice borning all of my Nornas, that's actually going to take a while. No, I think we reanimate for now. I need power. So gonna sneak. I need to actually. So I'm moving my guys, but we're not getting close to turn 20, mind you, right? But I have to be careful because, for example, so this would be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So I could do like 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, right? Because I'm legit. Like, I'm going to try and throw as many scouts as I can onto Midgard on turn 20. So I'm going to try to keep them all in range to make the sprint. Go up here. Here. Go up here, and hopefully maybe we can see what's going on here. Lemuria is besieged up in this direction. Over here. Here. Probably gonna grab Eterol, I would assume, so let's move that direction. On over here. We have finished. Oh, giant castle. Do I start the giant castle? I do not know about that. That seems maybe unnecessary at this point. But I want infrastructure, so let's go ahead and put it up. Giant castle on the way. Have a Norna incoming. I think I spring for the next one. It's time to just start mass producing the big mages, I think. That's going to give us a turn or two before we will need to plop a temple and a lab down here in Waywoods. I'm also probably going... this is kind of a crappy PD. I want to do that. I say crappy PD. Blowpipes... No, they're kind of crappy. They're pretty much trash. They maximum do 1 point of damage. And you'd be like, oh, but they paralyze. Not really. So that's kind of a crappy PD. I don't want to spend money on that anyways. Let's get some Gori Huskarls. Basically as many as we can. We want to get a big force here. Like, I want to spring a massive force here to the point to where I drop another Jarl, basically, I think. And have him... Yeah, that's my best leader. So have a big Jarl leading a huge force of giants, and go from there. I basically, I'm just trying to get my forces arranged and ready. I don't know that we're gonna go to war off of like Midgard fighting Lemuria or what have you, but we're definitely not gonna we're not gonna just wait around forever. We can't let Midgard get massive. But we also don't want to take stupid fights, right? So, we'll see. Okay, Goad is... I guess let's move him over and start preaching locations. Get our Dominion up in Ironwood Forest. We've got Balder going over here. I'm actually going to preach. And I think that's probably going to be it for now. Pretty simple turn as far as recruitment and movements go. Again, just trying to get up infrastructure, just trying to get around, get everything set, get everything moving. But this turn is going to be an absolute bevy of messages. I think we are messaging every single player in the game this turn, actually. So, first up, we are messaging Lemuria, right? So we're going to say we're definitely mobilizing to react to any situation. We are. Though we don't necessarily think Gath will rush you, he seems more interested in nipping at your heels while Midgard does the legwork. Also true. We will have Enchantment 5 online shortly and have many Seaths to take advantage of it. Also true. I might even consider grabbing another Scrotty or two to kind of run into, and do a little bit of blood hunting to kind of run into a Turbo Communion setup. For early Horde of Skeletons spam. We'll see that. Did that get louder all of a sudden? It sounds like. Next up, so we're going to send that off. Just providing information to Lemuria, letting him know kind of we're available, but we haven't made a move yet. Now we're going to send a message to Gath. So far, our relations with everyone seem good, everyone but Midgard at least. They do not seem to be the most talkative, though perhaps it's only because we share a border. We also wish to build infrastructure and see what time shows us. We wish you the best of luck with the unfortunate events plaguing your lands. So just continuing communication, right? Telling them we're kind of at the ready, right? But right now we're just more focused on building ourselves up, etc. Telling them we noticed these unfortunate events. That whole domain. So, next up, we've got just a quick message to Atlantis. I think Atlantis right now is probably one of the weaker nations in the game, potentially along with us, depending on how you're looking at things. But we're just gonna keep open communication with them. If we see a big fight between Lemuria and Midgard, right? If I can convince Atlantis and maybe Vadihheim to come in on the sides of Midgard, right? We might be able to actually piece him down quite quickly. So, sending out, keep us abreast of your plans, fishmen. We might be able to aid each other in the future. Just keeping open dialogue. And now, a message to Erythia. We believe you might have found yourself in the wrong court, merman. That last message did not seem bound for us. Still, we have not had words with your kind. Diplomacy is always welcome in our lands. So just opening that line of communication to Erythia. Speaking of lines of communication, that's basically what our last several messages are. We're sending a message to Midgard saying, "Hail, Elfmen, the world has taken shape and the Well believes it to be good. What is the news on the Great Plains? We have heard the dead men and the small ones have spread like wildfire." So I'm not trying to accuse Midgard of anything, not trying to accuse them of being big, not trying to accuse them of waging war against Lemuria or anything like that. But I'm trying to open a dialogue with them to see how they respond. Because I in the most recent episodes, I've been like, well, Midgard's not talking. Well, I'm not talking to them either. So I'm going to see how they react, and we'll go from there. Maybe that will color my opinion in the future. Then we have a message going out to Vadihheim. Hail, small ones. We have seen your wolves prowling near our borders. We send messages of trade, negotiation, and prosperity. What news from your lands? Again, same thing as kind of Arithia, just sending a message to open that dialogue, see if we can start talking about different things, if we can do trades, do negotiations, etc. And pretty much the same thing going to Ulm. We've spoken to Ulm already, and so they talked about having maybe like a non-aggression pact, and I sent a message back to them like, what, basically like, sure, what are your terms, what's your proposition? And they never really sent anything back to me, right? So I'm kind of waiting to see what goes on there. But I'm gonna try to prompt them to see if they'll start talking to me again. Hail, Ironmen, tell us of the mountain lands. Have your people enough space to grow? Do the lands of the dead men encroach? Just opening up that dialogue, gonna see how it goes. And actually, I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna send Scout 11 down south, because I want to see what's going on here. Because if Orithia is talking about, like, Ulm, I might move on Ulm, right? At the very least, I could capture this territory probably pretty easily early on. Ulm is a pretty scary late nation game, or late game nation. And they're, don't get me wrong, they're strong in the beginning, but if he's spamming, like, he's spamming wolves, if he's spamming rangers, right, we might actually be able to just bowl over him with a sizable force and a bunch of Seathkonas. So that's the generalized plan. We'll see how it goes. And I think that's the turn. Pretty quick, pretty sweet. Oh, sorry. Last message to everyone. The waters of the well ripple with anticipation, because I think in the next 2 or 3 turns, we're going to have a decision about something. We're going to have a decision about whether or not we need to move against Midgard. We're going to have a decision whether or not Ulm is a good target, right? We're going to have a decision probably forced upon us in the near future. And we're going to see how that goes. So, I think that's it for the turn. I will see you all next time. Peace.